Hello, I'm Miss Fergus, and I will be your math teacher this summer for your online math classes. I have been teaching at the Federal Way Internet Academy since 2006, and so I have compiled a list of suggestions for you as an online learner that will help you be successful. But also, through this video, you're going to learn a little bit more about what to expect from your online math class. So, to get started, your online math class is self-paced. That means you get to work at your own pace, either due to time constraints that you have or due to learning needs that you have. So what I mean by that is this. Your class is broken up into 6 chunks because we have 6 weeks of the summer session. So you have a learning plan contract posted in our class that breaks up suggested pacing, what to do in each of the 6 weeks in order to finish the class by the final date. All work is due on July 29th. However, you might be going on vacation with your family and you might not be able to work for a chunk of time. You might work at a job and your hours might be really heavy for certain parts of the summer. If that's the case, you can work whenever you can. Our class is open 24/7. So you work before you know you're going to be unable to work extra, and then work extra after. And it really doesn't matter if you're keeping up with the suggested pace of the class. That is provided to you as a resource so you know if you were going to keep a consistent pace, this is where you should be, just to give you a heads up. Another reason why you might not be keeping on pace of the learning plan contract is there might be content that you don't need to study. You already know how to do it, and so you're able to show through assessments that you understand the skills and that you'll move on to the next lesson. So in that case, you can move ahead of suggested pacing. There also might be some concepts where it might take you longer than the suggested pacing because maybe you didn't learn the prerequisites that are needed in order to build on the new understanding in this class. Or maybe you were sick and you missed school and you didn't get the prerequisites. So this is the time where you're going to fill in that information. Maybe you haven't looked at it in many, many years and you're a little rusty. So you'll review prerequisites. And that's where I come into play. I come in to help you supplement your understanding so you can complete the lessons of this class. So your class is open 24/7. You will get some, you and your parents will be getting some emails if you are behind. I just want everyone to know where you are on pace. I'm not going to worry about you being on pace because your class is open 24/7. You can work at 2 a.m. in the morning for all I care. I will not be working at 2 a.m. in the morning. I will be working more traditional hours. But know if you are behind, you can always put in extra work anytime to get caught up. So the next thing, suggestion, big suggestion, is even though we're an online class, doesn't mean that everything you do is going to be online. Most of your work, in fact, is going to be good old pencil to paper. In your online math textbook, it's called Apex, there are worksheets for you to print out that have scaffolded notes to help you take important notes. There's also worksheets of practice problems for you to handwrite out. There will also be practice problems throughout your lessons that I would encourage you to take initiative to write the problems down and have them. Your brain, in order to learn the content, needs to go through that process of your hand writing it out. And in order for you to learn how to transfer information from one problem to the next, you need to go through that process. Simply following along with a video online or following along with an example online is not sufficient for your brain to tuck it away and for you to reproduce it or for you to transfer skills from one problem to a similar problem. So I would encourage you to make a notebook. Keep a notebook of all of your lessons, titled by topic, unit, lesson number, so it's easy for you to come back to and reference, because the next great thing about online math is that your assessments are open note. That's right. Any notes you take during the class, you are able to use on your assessments. So that might be a big departure from previous math classes. So it's really helpful for you to go slow during the lessons. Make sure that you are completely comfortable with the material before taking assessments. The last suggestion is to use outside resources as you are studying and learning material. You might find that Apex Math textbook is not enough for you in some lessons. You might find that it is enough for you to complete your understanding. I know that there are a plethora of resources out there online. Use them because we all learn differently. So an image that resonates for you might not resonate for somebody else. I do have extra examples and support posted in your Canvas math class for each lesson, in addition to what you'll find in Apex. However, you might still need extra help, and that is okay. That is where you contact me. That is where you go to Khan Academy and you look for extra help. The only thing I ask is when you contact me for help is I need you to understand that we're not in a traditional class. I am not able to look out and see what you're working on. I'm not able to see what you've already tried. I don't know what videos you've already listened to. I don't know exactly where you are stuck. So you need to connect all those dots for me. Send me a picture of the problem you're working on. Tell me that you are stuck here. Tell me what you've tried. Tell me that you have gone through the lesson in Apex, but you're not sure what they're talking about on page 5 because blah, 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 blah. Let me completely understand how I can help you. Sending me an email and saying, I don't get how to multiply fractions is not helpful for me because I don't know where in the process you are. And so in order to reduce our back and forth, you need to have the first part of the conversation in the help request. So you're able to send me emails, you're able to send me texts, and that's how a lot of students prefer to send work questions, is take a picture of it and send me a text, and then we can continue to have a back and forth that way. I think that is it for now. It's a good place for you to get started. Be in contact with me as you go. And really, my biggest suggestion is go slow to go fast in this class. That means take the time, make sure you know how to do the math, and get feedback that you know how to do the work before you take assessments. Because the worst thing that's going to happen is you take an assessment you're not ready for, and then you go back to study the lesson to get ready to retake the assessment, and you have to go through that process again and again and again. Do it well the first time, because then you move through the assessments very quickly because you're prepared. All right, here we go. Happy summer session 2020.